Good morning, everybody. It's so good to see you today. Let's get started with our good morning song. Good morning, good morning. What a lovely day. Good morning, good morning. Won't you come and play? Good morning, good morning. Clap your hands like mine. Good morning, good morning. It's time for story time. Good morning, what a lovely day. Good morning, won't you come and play? Good morning, clap your hands like mine. Good morning, it's time for story time. One more time. Good morning, what a lovely day. Good morning, won't you come and play? Good morning, clap your hands like mine. Clap those hands. Good morning, it's time for story time. Good job, everyone. Thank you for singing along with me. Today is a very special day because we are going to be celebrating Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is a Jewish holiday that celebrates the new year. Isn't that exciting? Let's go over our words of the day. Our first word of the day is apple. Apple. Your turn. That's right. Apple. Apple. Very good. Our next word of the day is honey. 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 Very good. That's right. Honey. Your turn. Very good. Can you say honey? Yes, honey is sweet to eat. And on Rosh Hashanah, Jewish people dip apples into honey. Apples and honey. And we have one more very special word of the day, which is a Hebrew word. And it sounds like this. Bracha. 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 Your turn. Can you say bracha? Very good. Bracha means blessing or a way to give thanks. Bracha. Very good. We are going to dip our apples in honey. Apples and honey are good and sweet. Yum! I know a song about apples and honey. Will you sing along with me? I thought so. Here we go. Dip the apples in the honey, make the bracha loud and clear. Lashana tova umatuka, have a happy, sweet new year. Dip the apples in the honey, make the bracha loud and clear. Lashana tova umatuka, have a happy, sweet new year. Dip the apples in the honey, make the bracha loud and clear. Lashana tova umatuka, have a happy, sweet new year. Sing along with me. Dip the apples in the honey, make the bracha loud and clear. Lashana tova umatuka, have a happy, sweet new year. One more time. Dip the apples in the honey, make the bracha loud and clear. Lashana tova umatuka, have a happy, sweet new year. Very good, everyone. I think we're ready to celebrate Rosh Hashanah with our apples, and honey. All right, here we go. Okay, our first book of the day is called Rosh Hashanah is Coming. Golden leaves fall. Hear the geese call. Rosh Hashanah is coming. Crack the eggs. Hear that sound? Make this braided challah round. Rosh Hashanah is coming. Blow out, not too fast. Tekaya, we'll blast. Rosh Hashanah is coming. Crisp apples, so sweet. Dip in honey and eat. Rosh Hashanah is coming. Scoop seeds from the skin. Juice drips down my chin. Rosh Hashanah is coming. Put on our new clothes. Striped tie, dress with bows. Rosh Hashanah is coming. The candles burn bright as this day turns to night. Rosh Hashanah is coming. Down goes the sun. Join hands, everyone. Rosh Hashanah is coming. Together we cheer, Shana Tova, Happy New Year. Hooray! Rosh Hashanah is here. The end. Our next story is called Here is the World, a year of Jewish holidays. Here are your parents with arms open wide. Here are your siblings to stand by your side. Here is the rabbi with blessings to share. Here is a wish and a hope and a prayer. Here are two candles with flames burning bright. Here is the challah we eat Friday night. Here is a yarmulke. Here is a shawl. Here is the synagogue, open to all. Here are some clouds and a cool autumn breeze. Here are the leaves falling down from the trees. Here is the shofar, its sound pure and sweet. Here are some apples and honey to eat. Look, they're celebrating Rosh Hashanah. Do you see the apples and honey? Here is your family, all dressed in white. Here is the breakfast to eat with delight. Here is the sukkah, its roof made of twigs. Here are some grapes, pomegranates, and figs. Here is the Torah, more precious than gold. Here are the songs and the stories of old. Here is the snow in a fierce winter storm. We are snuggled in, cozy and warm. Here's the menorah with candles to light. Here are some latkes. Come take the first bite. Here is some dirt and some seeds to be sown. Here are some trees that are already grown. Here's a parade. Come and march with the crowd. Here's a grogger to shake nice and loud. Here are the flowers that bloom in the spring. Here are the birds that have come back to sing. Here's the Haggadah to put in each chair. Here's the matzah that's baked with such care. Here is a harvest of ripe golden wheat. Here are some blitzies and milk for a treat. Here is a summer day, sunny and hot. Here is a picnic to share on Shabbat. Here's the sun beaming down from on high. Here are the stars and the moon and the sky. Here is the world ever changing and new, spinning with joy at the wonder of you. The end. And our last story today is called Apple Days, a Rosh Hashanah story. What are you looking forward to this Rosh Hashanah? Katie's teacher asked the class. Hearing the shofar, shouted Max. Chicken soup at Grandma's, exclaimed Abby. Katie raised her hand, beaming. Applesauce, she said, but not just any kind. Every year my mom and I go apple picking, and then we make our own. Katie had even more to share, and I will have a new baby cousin later this month. Applesauce and a baby in the new year, her teacher replied. How exciting! Katie loved apples. She loved biting into their crispy skin and discovering their sweet, tart taste inside. But she loved applesauce even more. Every year at the orchard, Katie and her mother would search for the perfect apples. They would walk the rows, picking some of each variety until their bucket was full. At home, Katie would place 10 apples on the kitchen counter, and her mother would start to peel. Katie watched as her mother's steady hands moved quickly in circles, unraveling the skin like thread from a spool. Then Katie's mother would core and slice the apples, and Katie would put them into their biggest pot. Katie would take cinnamon and sugar from the pantry and sprinkle them into the pot. Finally, she would squeeze in some lemon juice and add a little bit of water. Soon the kitchen would fill with sweet smells of apples and cinnamon. Just thinking about it made Katie's mouth water. "Let's make Wednesday Apple Day," said Katie's mother, and Katie drew a big apple on the calendar. Katie told everyone about Apple Day. Soon her dad knew, her neighbor knew, Carla the hairdresser knew, and Sam the shoe store man knew. The principal knew, Rabbi Portnoy knew, and her friends Max and Abby knew. On Monday, she told her class, "It's getting closer." Katie couldn't wait for each day to pass. On Tuesday, the phone rang and Katie answered. "Hi," said Aunt Leah. "May I speak to your mom, Katie?" "Oh, hi," said Katie. "Guess what? We are going." "Katie, I'm sorry to interrupt, sweetie, but I need your mom now." Katie was puzzled. Aunt Leah always wanted to hear about everything, but Katie went to find her mother. When her mom hung up the phone, she turned to Katie. "Your new baby cousin is coming early, so I'm afraid we can't go apple picking tomorrow." "But Mommy," Katie cried, "you promised." Tears spilled down her cheeks. "I know this is disappointing for you, Katie. It is for me too, but I have to help Aunt Leah. It's your job to be a big girl." "But we won't have applesauce for Rosh Hashanah," said Katie sadly. The next day, Katie's father walked her to school. "Why so sad?" the crossing guard asked. "Isn't today Apple Day?" "We can't go," Katie mumbled. "Can't go?" asked Max. "Why?" "Because of the baby," Katie said. Max told Abby, who told their teacher, who told the principal, who told the rabbi. When Abby got her hair cut, she told Carla, and when Max went to buy school shoes, he told Sam. When Katie and her dad arrived home after school, they found a bright red apple on the doorstep. Next to it was a note that said, "Dear Katie, I heard about what happened. Maybe this will help. Love, Rabbi Portnoy." The next day, the crossing guard handed Katie a yellow apple, and the principal placed another in her backpack. Katie's teacher gave her an apple at circle time. So did each of her friends. Her backpack was almost full. Walking home with her dad, Katie passed the shoe store. Sam, too. He had a surprise, a jar of cinnamon. "Wait, Katie," shouted Carla from the beauty shop. "I have some sugar and a lemon for you." When they got home, Katie lined up 10 apples on the kitchen counter and tried to remember what her mom did next. She and her father stared at the apples, the cinnamon, the sugar, and the lemon, wondering exactly how to turn them into applesauce. "First we had to peel them," Katie said, so her father took out the peeler and got to work. "What's next?" her dad asked. "Mommy finds recipes on the computer," Katie suggested and climbed onto her father's lap as he searched the internet. "Next we have to core and chop the apples," her dad said, reading them from the screen. "Then Mommy puts them into a big pot," Katie continued. "We have to find it." In went the apples, then the cinnamon and sugar, and finally the lemon juice. Dad turned on the stove. Soon the kitchen filled with the sweet smell of apples and cinnamon. One taste and they knew. "We did it," Katie exclaimed. The next morning, Katie walked into her classroom proudly carrying a tray of cups filled with applesauce. "Thanks for your help, everybody," she said. A few days later on Rosh Hashanah, she filled Grandma's crystal bowl with applesauce and placed it in the center of the holiday table. When her mother arrived with Aunt Leah and her new cousin, Will, she hugged Katie close. Together they gazed at tiny Will. Then Katie led her mother to the table. "Oh my," was all her mother could say. Her father laughed. There was one more surprise. Katie reached into her pocket and pulled out a freezer jar filled with applesauce. Not for now, of course, but soon enough, Will would taste it and smile. They all would. The end. Wow, everyone, those were some very special stories about apples and honey. Remember how we celebrate Rosh Hashanah. We dip the apple in the honey for a good and sweet year. apples. Honey. Can you say apple? That's right. Apple. Your turn. Very good. Can you say honey? That's right. Honey. Honey. Your turn. Very good. And the last word of the day was bracha. Bracha, or blessing. Can you say bracha? Good job. Bracha. Very good, everyone. I hope you have a good and sweet new year. Let's sing our goodbye song. Are you ready? Here we go. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, my friends. It's time to say goodbye. Wave goodbye. Farewell, my friends, until we meet again. Goodbye until next time. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, my friends. It's time to wave goodbye. Wave goodbye. Farewell, my friends, until we meet again. Goodbye until next time. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, my friends. It's time to wave goodbye. Wave goodbye. Bye. Farewell.